Welcome back to Southeast Texas Weekly. Time to talk with our candidates for the 252nd District Court here in Beaumont. The court Lane Walker has vacated, and joining us in no particular order, Stella Morrison joining us, one of our candidates, Raquel West, and Nathan Buddy Reynolds. Good to see all of you. We so much appreciate on a quite cold day y'all making it out and talking with us. We appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having us.
I'll start in this direction. We'll go like this. Give us a brief view of who Raquel West is. Make some introductions to our viewers.
Would love to. I'm a Jefferson County native. I have lived here just about all my life except when I went away to school. Been practicing law for about 18 years. All of that has been criminal law as well as some family law. This is the exact place where I want to be in this court. I've had lots of criminal experience. In the last 5 years alone, I have handled over 1,600 criminal cases of the type that are in this court. So I'm very excited about my qualifications that I think stand out and will be good in this court.
Stella, tell us about yourself.
I'm not an original native of Jefferson County. I'm originally from Church Point, Louisiana.
Okay.
My parents, who are both deceased now, I am the second child of 9 children, 2 of which are deceased.
Okay.
All of my siblings are adults now. We just lost a son-in-law, a brother-in-law, Sunday past, and buried him last Saturday.
Okay.
In my family, I'm married to the Honorable Kermit Charles Morrison, Jr. We have 2 children of the 10 pregnancies, 4 grandchildren.
Okay, good.
We been practicing law, he and I, together a total of 77 years.
Very good. Thank you so much for that introduction. I appreciate it. Nathan Buddy Reynolds.
Yes, sir. My name's Buddy Reynolds. I was born in Port Arthur, Texas. Grew up in Port Arthur, went to Thomas Jefferson High School, went to the University of Texas, and also received a business degree there. Came back, worked in the family business for 17 years, and then went to law school, South Texas College of Law, graduated with honors from South Texas. I practiced 18 years as a sole practitioner. The primary focus of my practice has been on criminal law. I've gone down there every week and had jury trials with my clients. And I'm very strong on the Constitution and on the rights of people. I'm also strong on if there is a crime and the person is convicted, there needs to be the proper punishment.
Why are you the best person to win the Democratic primary?
I've got conservative values. I've got family values. I understand the problems of people that are thrown into the criminal justice system and maybe are unable to handle it. I can do justice to those people. I don't believe people should be incarcerated waiting for their trial for long periods of time. I also believe that if a person gets their day in court, that the punishment should be swift and sure. And if they're not guilty, they should be acquitted and let go. And my job as the district court judge is to bring those cases up as quickly as possible and see that these people get the justice they deserve.
Okay. Stella, why are you the best candidate for the job here?
Other than the fact that I have practiced law in Jefferson County for longer than 41 years, I have more or less the entire time practiced criminal law. When I first became a lawyer, I practiced domestic law, and I felt like I could not do that any longer because truly I don't believe in divorces other than for the biblical reason for, and that is of adultery. The other thing was that I saw a serious need for practicing law in the criminal area, although I was also leaning toward labor law because that is my background. I worked in National Office of EEOC in Washington, D.C. for a while. And having that experience, I was able to see some of the discriminations, conduct, the disparity in the treatment of those that were of race, color, creed, and gender.
Okay. Okay.
So I dazzled in that for a while on the federal level here when I first moved to Jefferson County.
Yeah, very good. That's your case. You're making a case, which is, as attorneys, that makes some sense here. I'm starting to get the picture. What's your case? What's the argument for why you should be the winner of the Democratic primary?
Well, I think the qualifications, the types, and the number of type cases that I've handled that are the exact type in this court help me to be able to stand out, and as well as my leadership skills. I have been elected as the president-elect of the Bar Association, which is over 620 members strong. I've been on that board and now will be serving as president. As a judge, you also will have leadership duties. You're the administrative person in your court, as well as probation and other things around the courthouse. You've got a $2 to $3 million budget in this court alone. And having been a solo practitioner, private businesswoman, I'll be able to do that, as well as take care of the victims, their families, the citizens that are accused, get them their day in court, move cases along, and I think all of that put together makes me the candidate for this position.
Okay, just quickly, we have a 500 case backlog of sorts. Stella, we begin with you. Very quickly, what would be your immediate #1 priority for alleviating that backlog in cases?
My concern as the first female and black judge in this county would be to give the citizen a chance to see, to understand what the criminal judicial system is all about.
Okay, let
First
me move
of all,
quickly. Yeah.
First of all, I would like to say for many years, and I've been here since '74, the citizens of Jefferson County been more or less fed one side of the picture of the criminal judicial system. And this has had a substantial impact on their judgment in this field. If I may, when you visit Jefferson County and you do a study or a survey of its judicial system, what you will find judges who are former assistant district attorney, assistant district attorneys who are former police officers.
Okay.
So what you have a situation where most of your judges have been on the police force,
Okay.
from there to law school, from law school to the ADA,
Yeah.
assistant district attorney, from there to judges. Common sense tells us that they have a commonality.
Okay.
They've been trained and conditioned and exploited
Yeah,
to
and
think one
you'll
way.
forgive me to the immediate point of the the alleviation of the backlog. Is there a particular argument there? What would you be able to do to alleviate
Sir,
the
that-
backlog of the cases?
Okay, to answer your question now, it's not my intention to be disrespectful. If that is a true problem, no one has never mentioned that to me. I am aware of the fact that quite a few of our inmates have been sitting in jail for a while waiting for trial.
Okay, and let me ask Raquel, what would you be able to do to alleviate the backlog?
I think-
assuming there is one.
Assuming there is a backlog, there are a lot of things that go into
No
the
one knows
numbers
that.
that are, I think, being talked about with regard to a backlog in the cases. The main thing a judge can do is, #1, keep his docket going, keep the attorneys, both the defense attorneys and the prosecuting attorneys, in a position where they know that they're going to be held accountable when their cases are set for trial. As long as they know that and you can get them together, the district attorneys and the defense attorneys, if there are deadlines, for instance, before trial date for them to have plea bargains in, there's lots of things procedurally that can be done prior to the date of trial so that cases that really need to be tried can get started and get moving instead of taking care of a lot of the other administrative things on those days.
Okay, Nathan Buddy Reynolds.
About a third of the indictments that are filed get dismissed. And so of those 450, 500 cases, a third of them may be wrongful cases. The district attorney is responsible for that. Those courts, our courts, are busy. Both felony courts are busy. They get about one trial per week, 40 to 50 trials per year. The object is to get the cases that need to be resolved to trial, and the ones that can be resolved without trial, get the issues in front of the court, in front of the lawyers, in front of the judges. If there's an issue with a search, a bad search, for instance, on a drug case, if the parties say, well, the search was bad or the search was good, we don't need a jury trial to decide that. The judge can decide that. If the judge decides the search was bad, the case goes away. Judge decides the case is the search is good, the man can enter, or the woman can enter a plea bargain and take that issue up to the appeals court. It doesn't need to go through the jury system.
Okay.
There's things that can be done pre-trial that I don't think's being done now. My experience is if you have an issue over a bad search, you have a motion to suppress, judge hears it at trial.
We got to
I don't
run.
think that's fair. Yes, sir.
We appreciate each of you, and we're back after this.